Welcome back. And if you tuned in late, my special guest from the Yellow Ginger here in Greenville, South Carolina, the Yellow Ginger Asian Kitchen, is Alex Wong, and he's here with me, and that is just beautiful. You've made me very hungry just looking at it.
I hope
Now,
you like it.
What else are you going to do, Alex?
Okay, the second dish we're gonna do is called chicken mixed vegetable with oyster sauce. It's one of the another traditional dish that every household makes it, for dinner or lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very healthy, and of course we have the ingredient. We have some cooked white meat chicken. Then we have some broccoli.
Broccoli, fresh
We have some
things.
bell pepper and onion. We have some carrots. Then we have some Napa cabbage and some domestic mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
first of all, let me go ahead and start.
what's so good about all of this is that
It's all
Asian
cooked
food,
fresh, yeah.
it is fresh.
Yes, it's
And
all
that-
cooked fresh. And
That's
then we
one
just,
of the magic words.
And then we just use just a little bit of vegetable oil.
And what do you have in there?
So I'm starting to blanch like all
Okay,
the
so
veggie
you
first.
have, you have boiling water in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you're kind of putting the vegetables all in there, and you're just blanching them.
Yes, just blanching
You don't
it.
want to cook
yeah.
them a long, long time,
Yeah.
right?
So when you cook it in the wok, right?
Yeah.
All the nutritious ingredient will still be in the
Okay.
vegetable.
All right. You don't want to overcook,
There you
because
go.
then you take all the nutrients out if you
Yes.
spend too much time cooking it. Okay.
So let me start off with
All
some
right.
vegetable oil. Oh, this is still
See, this a
blanching.
lot of this is not, that's vegetable oil, so you're not using a lot of fattening things.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let me start with some ginger, fresh ginger.
Make it seem so easy. But Alex, I guess the only thing that's real time consuming is just cutting up the vegetables, because everything else seems to go together very
Actually,
quickly.
it's not really, because those
Yeah.
veggie you can get it from any supermarket that's been pre-cut too.
Okay, you make it sound better all the time.
Okay, now we put in all the veggies, and then you
Ooh,
can
look
hear
at
the
that.
sizzling sound.
Ooh.
Turn up the heat a little bit. Now, start with the sauce, like another 4 ounces of the oyster sauce.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. It's so colorful with all the fresh vegetables. Look at that. That's nice.
So let it bring to a boil.
So now, what do you have in there? Broccoli, carrots, onion,
Yes, ma'am. Mushroom
mushrooms,
and bell peppers.
and bell pepper.
So this is almost done.
And then you have
So-
chicken cut up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So now we just thicken it a little bit with some
Okay,
celery.
now Alex, has the chicken been cooked before you put it
Yes.
in here?
Yes.
Okay, you've steeped it a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
And then we just finish it with some sesame oil.
That's sesame?
Sesame oil.
Okay.
And we are done.
He makes it it's just like magic. And the Yellow Ginger is yours.
Yes.
It's located on Poinsett Highway in Greenville, South Carolina. And you were in New York, and then you found your way down south and decided to stay. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. And what was that you just put on top?
It's just some julienne green onion for the garnish.
Oh, let me put this down here. I'm sure you've made everybody hungry. Look at this. It's kind of like magic when I see you do all of this. But the thing that's so wonderful about it is that it's so fresh. And if people are watching what they eat and they're trying to lose weight and all that, this is sensible food,
Absolutely.
but it's also good for you.
Look at my size.
How long have you been a chef? How long have you done all this, Alex? Tell me.
It's more than 25 years.
More than 25 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were in New York.
I was in New York, then I moved to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Then from Washington, D.C., I landed in Greenville.
So you came to Greenville and you liked it so much you decided to stay.
Absolutely.
And we've all received the blessing of your wonderful food.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me again.
Now you do, what all, this is traditional?
Yes, and it's served in the restaurant too.
Okay. So this would be considered what? Asian?
Yeah, it's Asian, yeah. It's Asian.
So when you say Asian, are you talking Chinese?
Yeah,
Or?
this is a little bit of everything. You have a little bit from Malaysia, a little bit from China, from Hong Kong. Yeah, because like the oyster sauce is a well-known ingredient for Chinese cooking. And it's like a flavor enhancer and it's a lot healthier than MSG.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Okay, now, have you ever had like a cooking classes or anything that people,
No.
I think you should. I think you'd be a natural to have
Thank
some
you,
cooking
thank
classes
you.
where we could all come and learn. You make it seem so easy.
It's very easy because food is like love, you know.
So you have the first one is with the egg on
Yes,
top.
yeah, that's the shrimp, mee goreng with shrimp. And the other one is the chicken mixed vegetable with oyster sauce.
Oh, they're beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thank you.
What else? That would be considered a meal by eat one by itself.
Yes, yes, yes.
And what would you serve with that?
Steamed rice for that, and this go by itself because the noodle is the starch already. Yeah.
Okay, and so you would serve rice with the other
Yes,
one.
steamed jasmine rice. That's what we serve at in the restaurant. Yeah.
Well, it's beautiful. Now, how long have you been a chef?
More than 25 years.
But you did, and then you decided to come down south.
Yes. Because of the southern hospitality.
I love that. So now you've made this home.
Yes.
I think what you should do is have some cooking classes that we could all come and learn.
Why don't you arrange it for me?
I think that would be wonderful.
Okay.
But this is recipe 890, and thanks to Alex Wong, we're able to offer them, and we do need that self-addressed stamped envelope because we get a lot of mail. And we open it up and we don't know what it is you wanted. So when you write for the recipe, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope if you can. It saves us a lot of time. And then put the recipe 890, and we'll have it on its way to you. Now what else, what other kinds of, this would be a lunch or a dinner?
This you
What
can
would
eat
you
it
serve,
lunch
what
or-
would you eat with that?
We have it for lunch, we have it for dinner.
Either one?
Yes.
Now, you don't eat a lot of fattening stuff.
Not really.
You don't, what about dessert?
Dessert, we have our very homemade dessert, like we have our curry coconut cream pie. That's another one dessert that you can never find it in any other restaurant. And the other one is, of course, our ginger cheesecake. Ginger is a very Asian spice, so we add it to the American cheesecake to make a different twist.
Okay, so you've created some of your own
Yes.
recipes.
Yes.
And I think you have being in a restaurant business is very time consuming because you have long hours. But you do everything fresh.
Yes. We have to go in the morning to prep up everything before we open for business.
So you open for lunch, but you're there in the morning to cut up and
Yes.
do what you did here.
Yes, absolutely.
And how many different items do you have?
We have a lot. We have a full menu, from appetizer to entree to desserts.
So you have it all.
Yes.
Why do you think that Americans, they've kind of been hesitant, but more and more and more Americans are finding the joy of eating Asian food? It's becoming very popular.
Yeah, yeah. It's a trend now, and because we are trying to infuse a lot of other ingredient into our cooking. That's why it makes it a little bit different.
Now, what do you mean?
Especially our cooking at Yellow Ginger, because we call it Asian. We don't call ourselves Chinese. So because in the menu we have items from Malaysia, from Thailand, from Singapore, and then from Vietnam.
So it isn't, you know, most of us, we think, well, we'll go out and we'll have Chinese food, but yours is unique.
Yes, it's a little bit different from a typical Chinese restaurant.
Have you always wanted to have a restaurant?
Yes.
So now you
Because I
found
like to cook.
you found your dream
Yep.
here in the South.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have? I think you should have classes for people, because what is it about this? If somebody's watching what they eat, and they're watching the nutrients, they want fresh vegetables. You know, isn't your kind of food more for people who want the fresh vegetables and things in their food?
Absolutely.
It's almost done to order, like you
Instant,
did
yeah,
this.
Yeah. By looking at the vegetable, you see it's not overcooked. By looking at the color of the vegetable.
Do you think we have a tendency to overcook food, and that takes the vitamins and the nutrients out?
Yes. Yes.
Where did you learn all of this?
I've been blessed, you know, been working with a lot of chefs.
You were in New York,
Yeah.
in the Big Apple, so you learned from some of the.
Yeah, learn from them, and then when I was in Washington D.C., because cooking is so diversified, every day you'll be learning something new. You're never a good cook unless someone tastes your food and say it's good.
Oh, is that the way you? Oh, so now you serve.
That's my philosophy. Yeah.
You have to taste the food and say it's good,
Yes.
and I bet you have a lot of people who say that.
Thank you.
And you do every day similar things on the menu that are fresh.
Yeah. It's all fresh.
So,
Nothing is cooked to order. Nothing is cooked
in other words,
at once. Yeah. Everything is cooked to order. Yeah.
now that's unusual, isn't
Yeah.
it? Isn't that unusual for most restaurants?
Yeah. It's a lot of hard work.
Well, good food is always, I
Yeah.
guess you could say, even in your own kitchen, it can be hard work. But this recipe, we really thank Alex, because this is kind of unusual. And if you'd like it, the number is 890, recipe 890. And send us your request, and be sure you put that number on there. And send it to the Peggy Denny Show, Post Office Box 1616, Greenville, South Carolina, 29602, and we will have it on its way to you. Thanks to Alex and the Yellow Ginger Asian Kitchen. And that's just a simple little one or two recipes, but you
Yes.
have a full menu,
Yes.
desserts and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're right there to do it all.
Yes. I'm there every day.
Oh, and you obviously love what you do.
Of course.
Yeah, and you're located
On-
on Poinsett Highway, if you're in our area at all, in Greenville, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're easy to find.
Yes. We're just next to Lowe's
And
on Poinsett Highway.
and you're closed on
Monday.
Monday, but every other day
We
you're
are
there.
open, yes.
You're there. Okay. And if you would like these recipes, we'll be happy to send them to you. And they are something that if you're watching your weight, if you're working with a heart problem and you want a lot of vegetables and fresh things, this is easy, and it's something you can try in your own home without being it's not too much trouble. You see how easy it was. So we just need to get those few little sauces and some good fresh ingredients, and you can try it at home and surprise everybody. And when you don't want to do that, you can go see Alex, right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
having me.
Thank you. I
Appreciate it.
can't wait to try a little bit of that. We'll see you next time.